Welcome to the Explainer. All right, today we're going to break down something that pretty much everyone across Tamil Nadu is feeling right now. This strange, really hot and dry weather we're having in what should be the peak of the monsoon season.
So this is the central mystery, right? It's November. We should be getting drenched by the northeast monsoon, but instead of rain, we're dealing with record-breaking heat. So what on earth is going on? Let's dive into the data and the science behind it.
And look, this isn't just you thinking, wow, it feels a little warm out. The numbers absolutely confirm that we're living through a historically significant weather pattern for this time of year.
Get this, in central and western districts like Salem, Erode, and Trichy, temperatures are soaring 4 to 5 degrees Celsius above normal. We're seeing highs hitting 38.5 degrees Celsius. I mean, that's serious summer-level heat right in the middle of monsoon season. And it's not just happening in one or two places. We're seeing records tumble all over. Take Madurai hitting 37.5 degrees. That's the third highest it's been in November since 1950. Over in Chennai, Nungambakam hasn't been this hot in November since 1999. This is a big deal, a real region-wide thing.
Okay, so the million-dollar question. Where did the monsoon go? What's put the brakes on all the rain? Well, meteorologists are pointing to a few things, but there's one global pattern that's really the main culprit here. Let's break it down.
So first, you've got a couple of minor things at play. Think of them as the supporting cast in this weather story. You've got the remnants of Cyclone Mutha way up north and a weakening low-pressure system out west. They've both helped pull moisture away from us, swapping out our usual rain-bearing winds for these dry westerlies. But they are not the main character here.
Nope, the star of the show is this thing called the Madden-Julian Oscillation, or MJO for short. The easiest way to think about it is as this massive, slow-moving wave of weather that travels all the way around the equator. And it's got two modes, kind of like a switch: an active phase that brings on the rain, and a suppression phase that, well, shuts it down. I guess which phase we're in right now. You got it. The MJO's in its suppression phase, sitting right on top of the Indian Ocean. It's like a giant atmospheric off switch has been flipped for our monsoon. Just no rain for you.
This, of course, brings us to the crucial question on everyone's mind. When is this going to change? When will the monsoon make a comeback?
Well, the good news is the models are showing a pretty clear turning point. Right now, and probably until about the 14th of November, we're stuck in this dry, hot pattern. But then we hit a transition period. And the really important date to watch is around the 18th. That's when a new, active MJO pulse is set to arrive and basically jumpstart the monsoon again.
Okay, so with that big picture in mind, let's break down how the whole month is looking, week by week.
So for week 1, which is basically right now, the forecast is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's going to be more the same, I'm afraid. This dry, hot weather is sticking around not just for us in Tamil Nadu, but for Kerala and parts of Karnataka too. You might see a random pop-up thunderstorm after the 3rd, but don't count on much. Overall, rainfall is going to be minimal.
But then we get to week 2, from the 10th to the 16th. And this is where we'll start to see things begin to shift.
The big thing to watch for is the return of the easterly winds. That's our rainbringer, and it's going to kick off some moderate monsoon rains. What's kind of cool is that the inland, southern, and western parts of the state might actually get more rain than usual for this week, while the coast plays a bit of catch-up.
All right, week 3, November 17th to the 24th. This is when things are supposed to get really interesting, right when that active MJO phase shows up to the party. A weak trough is expected to form, and if you're wondering, that's just a long area of low pressure that's really good at getting rain started. This should lead to some widespread showers, and if you're in South Tamil Nadu, from the Delta region on down, you're looking at a forecast for above normal rainfall.
And that brings us to the final week of November, which looks especially good for the northern districts that might have missed out earlier. By the end of the month, all the big atmospheric patterns, that MJO we've been talking about, Rossby waves, they're all going to be in our favor. And that is fantastic news for north coastal Tamil Nadu, including Chennai. The forecast there is for above normal rain, ending the month on a very wet note for sure.
So we have a hot, dry start, followed by a forecast for a progressively wetter finish. What does that mean for November as a whole? Let's put it all together.
Well, when you kind of average it all out, the super dry start and the wet finish, the most likely outcome is a near normal month for rainfall.
There's about a 60% chance of that. But, there's still a 40% chance it could tip into the slightly below normal category. It really all hinges on how heavy those late-month rains actually are.
And just to bring it right back to today, the next 24 hours, well, it's simple. More of the same dry weather. Maybe, just maybe, some light showers pop up in the Delta districts, but honestly, that's about it.
This whole month's crazy weather, this whiplash from record heat to hopefully a full-on monsoon, it does make you think. With our climate changing, we're seeing more of these strange, extreme events. And it really begs the question, is predicting what comes next becoming a much, much bigger challenge? Definitely something to chew on.